Okay, let's go over the one-to-many relationship and how we can define that in PonyORM. So the example I will use that each user have many posts and many posts belong to one user, right? One-to-many, basic things in database. So create a file inside the entities called posts.py, and it will look a little bit different to a little bit similar to the user's file. So def posts entity. This will accept the DB connection itself, the ORM package or the ORM object, and the user's table itself or the user's class. This is why we returned it from here, so we can't just pass it to other entities that needs it. And why we need it? I will just show you. So class posts will extend db.entity. Now I will override the table name, so table underscore will be equal to posts, and ID will be equal to rm dot, I'll just copy from here, so primary key integer and auto. Title will be equal to rm dot, like this. So title will be equal to rm dot required, the type is string, and body, and I made the maximum length 40 to make it a varchar. So rm dot also required of type as string. This would be type text in the database. And now to establish a relation, you need to put user. This will be equal to rm dot also required, but the type here is the same as this class, so you should pass this class itself. And remember, we returned it and we here stored it inside this variable, so we will just call def posts entity and pass this user class variable. So here this will be the users, and what this will do, this will allow PonyORM to understand that the user have many posts, and for each post record it will put this column, so it's called user. This will be an integer, and this is a foreign key referencing the users table, but I don't like the way they name these, so you can override this by passing, and I showed you this in the previous video. If you go to the users, it exists in the repo as a comment, but it's called the column argument. So just pass it. So user underscore ID. This is how I want this column to be named. And this is the foreign key that references the user table. And you need also to put a couple of things in the users entity. So go here. Posts will be equal to rm dot set. And here you need to pass a string that points to the other entity that this entity have many of. So posts have many of the, users have many posts, or each user have many posts, and you need to put the posts. And this is, by the way, is the class name itself, not the table name. Okay. So just remember, you need to pass the class name, not the table name. And that's it. We only need to call it here. So before also the generate mapping, so from posts import this function, right? And now just call it here, pass the DB, pass the ORM, pass the users class, and that should be it. So let me run it. So let me go to database. So as you can see, we have the posts, the user ID is not null, it's an integer and referencing the users, which is good. So this is how you establish one-to-many relations. Maybe in the next video I will show you how we can save these relations, right? So how we can create a user with a post and things like that. Yeah, I think that's it.